Hello everyone, and welcome to another video of me calling random games. Today's random game is going to be the Tigers, the MLB leading Tigers, as they take on the, just making sure everything's good, just usually how it goes, and okay. Yeah, we're good. The MLB leading Tigers as they take on the St. Louis Cardinals. And again, we can go ahead and look at that proof right here. You're looking at all the records here. Cubs, they are 29-20. The Phillies 30-18. Dodgers, they won last night. I got to see that one, 30-19. Yankees 28-19. The Mariners 27-20, and of course the Tigers, just kind of out of nowhere, to be honest with you, 32-17. So just a heck of the start to the season. Obviously, their offense is fantastic. 262 runs. That is great. And of course, the Cardinals aren't too shabby themselves. They've been kind of hitting the ball really well. Not many people really expected them to be pretty good, but honestly, I don't know. I feel like they were kind of meant to be pretty decent. As you see again, 27-22, 7-3 in their last 10. Only a game and a half, or 2 games behind the Cubs, game and a half behind the wild card. Really strong. Again, the NL West really good this year. But yeah, we got a game for you today. Again, the Tigers and the Cardinals coming up very soon. May have started the stream a little bit too early. Thought they were about to get on the field. For the Tigers, you have Brant Herter, ERA of 2.35, making his first start of the year. I don't know how deep he'll go, but I guess we'll find out. ERA of 2.35 whenever he does pitch. And then for the Cardinals, you have Andre Palante with an ERA of 4.11. So not a bad ERA, kind of league average, I would say. Anything in the low fours is league average. So I'll have to mute all that. But hopefully you stick out with me, and hopefully you like what you see. And hopefully you'll hit that subscribe button. But obviously I haven't done a thing, so I don't expect you to do that as of now. As again, the Cardinals being the home team, Tigers will bat first. Kerry Carpenter is going to be leading off for the Tigers. He's batting .283 OPS of 822 as they are about to throw down. So just bear with me here. Again, I probably started it just a tad bit too early. But if you do like baseball games, then definitely hit that subscribe button. But again, you can let me show you why you should. As you can see, I'm a Pirates fan, but, I have got a little bit of Pirates fatigue as far as covering them. I have covered them quite a bit, but, it is kind of frustrating to see them lose every day. Favorite Cardinal ever, Sean. Thank you for stopping by. As always, I will hold on here. Here's the first pitch, and that's going to be in there for a called strike. I mean, probably Albert Pujols. I would say, Albert Pujols probably. I got to see him when I was younger. Really good player. Obviously, wasn't the same when he left. Here is the 0-1, and that's going to be fouled back. So very quickly, 0-2. Carpenter batting .283 OPS of 822. Hoping we'll see some more stats, but I always hear complaints about Bally Sports, which I guess is now FanDuel, so I don't know. We'll see. Here's the 0-2, and checked his swing, and that's going to be ball 1. Yeah, Albert Pujols. I do like Yadier Molina as well. He was really solid. Can't really hate him. Palante delivers the 1-2, and that's going to be swung on and missed. He struck him out. So there's your first out of the game. That's going to bring up Malloy, and I do not really know Justin Henry Malloy. So I'll get the names down for the Tigers. They're just kind of, again, coming out of nowhere to really just look really good this year are the Tigers. Palante delivers, and that's a big swing and a miss for strike one. Malloy batting .203, OPS of 641. By the way, Sean, who's your favorite Cardinal? Just out of curiosity. Here is the 0-1. That's going to be fouled down the left field line. So very quickly, 0-2. 0-2 count to Malloy. Palante delivers. That's going to be outside for ball one. One and two count to Malloy. Here is the 1-2 count, and that's going to be low for ball two. Palante delivers the 2-2. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. So 2 strikeouts there to start for Palante, and that's going to bring up Zach McKinstry, batting .289, OPS of 799. Already 2 away here for the Tigers here in the top of the first. Palante delivers, and that's going to be high for ball one. 1-0 count to McKinstry. Has 3 hits in the series, apparently. 2 hits last night. Here is the 1-0, and that's going to be in there for a called strike. Count is now 1-1. 1-1 count to McKinstry. Palante delivers the 1-1. This one's going to be hit to left, but that one is slicing foul. 1-2 count to McKinstry. OPS of 799. 2 home runs. 17 RBIs on the year for him. Palante delivers the 1-2. Ground ball to short as he throws onto first for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down for the Tigers as we head to the bottom of the first. Your score 0-0. And if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. I do appreciate it. Let's see here. What's going on around the major leagues? Today is Wednesday. Making sure I have the right day this time. Said randomly switched the other day, and apparently it's not loading up everything. That's kind of annoying. Might have to go to Google. What the heck is going on? Let's see here. Today we have the Pirates up 1-0 in the top of the third against the Reds. Cubs up 1-0 over the Marlins in the bottom of the first. The Astros up 2-0 over the Rays as they head to the bottom of the first. And the Orioles-Brewers are tied in the bottom of the first, 0-0. And there'll probably be a few more games happening while we are on the air. Mariners-White Sox, they begin in about an hour, and then about 2 hours or so, Royals-Giants. So that should be a pretty decent game. And if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. I do a bunch of random baseball games, so if you're a baseball fan, definitely hit that subscribe button. If you just happen to be a Lions fan, Detroit Lions, or maybe you were formerly a St. Louis Cardinal fan that became a Kansas City Chief fan, I don't really know. Or St. Louis, St. Louis Rams, I'm sorry. Definitely hit that subscribe button, as I'll be doing college and high school. Why I'll be doing high school, but not for you guys. NFL later down the road, obviously, whenever August hits, so that'll be pretty fun. Hopefully, I will see you guys there. As we will have Mason Wynn digging in to begin things for the Cardinals, batting .267, OPS of 775. Heard of this season, ERA about batting. He's not batting. 2.35 ERA, whip of .96. But again, this is his first start of the year, so everything we've seen up until this point has been from the bullpen. So it's stuff you'd imagine is going to be a little different, unless, of course, he's only pitching a few innings, as that one's going to be outside ball one. One-0 count. It's a Mason Wynn OPS of 775, 5 home runs, 16 RBIs. That's going to be way outside from ball two. 2-0 count to Mason Wynn. Herder delivers the 2-0, and that's going to be chopped back. Foul ball. Also, don't hesitate to chat about whatever you'd like. Feel free to talk about this game, talk about whatever's going on in either MLB or NFL. I don't mind talking to you guys. It's always pretty fun to do so. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be chopped foul yet again. So 2-2 from 2-0 to 2-2. Do apologize if I seem a little bit tired. Did do the Dodgers Diamondbacks last night. That was a fun game. Did get off a little bit late. Here is the 2-2. That's going to be hit foul. 2-2 count to a Mason Wynn. Winner of this game takes the series, as of course the Cardinals took game 1 on Monday. Game 2 went to the Tigers. Game 3 undecided. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be chopped foul yet again. So Mason Wynn kind of working the count here. It was 2-0, then it became 2-2, and of course just foul, 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 foul. Here is the 2-2 to Win. Swung on and missed, and a ball low. So one away here for the Cardinals, and that's going to bring up Brendan Donovan, batting .330 on the year, OPS of 849. As they go over the defensive alignment for the Tigers. Here is the first pitch to Donovan. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Herder again making his first start of the year, so we'll see how far he goes. It's been coming out of the bullpen. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be outside for ball one. Brendan Donovan, OPS of 849, 3 home runs, and 22 RBIs. Here is the 1-1. Almost hit him, but able to get out of the way for ball two. Two and one count. Herder delivers. That's swung on and missed. Strike two. 2-2 count to Donovan's been hitting the ball pretty well. Again, .330 average. Pretty solid in today's game, as this one's going to be hit to left, but it looks like the left fielder is under it and makes the catch for out number 2. Of course, that's a solid average in most eras, but today that's like crazy. Skubal last night, 5 2/3, 3 earned runs, 8 strikeouts. Really solid. 94 pitches, though, so the Cardinals did make him work. Here is the first pitch to Contreras, so that's going to be inside for ball one. Contreras batting .249, OPS of 726 for the Cardinals. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be swung on and missed. Strike one. Battle, I would say two of the more underrated teams in the league. Obviously, Detroit has the MLB best record, but I don't know if anyone really expected that. Cardinals, same thing. Not much expectations, as that's going to be low. Ball 2. Tigers with a 5-game lead in the AL Central over the Twins, currently 26-21. Again, Tigers 32-17, Guardians 25-21. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be outside ball 3. Who is the better Cards manager? Whitey Herzog, Joe Torre, or Tony La Russa? What's up, Luis? How's it going? That's a great question. I'm not really the baseball expert. Here's the 3-1. As this one's going to be hit to left center field, but on the run is the left fielder to make the catch for out number 3. Green to make the catch. So we head to the top of the second, 0-0. I grew up watching Tony La Russa as the manager, so I would say him, but I don't really have much experience, but I can do a little Google search. So how's it going, Luis? Luis, I'm actually going to do a Padres game tomorrow if everything goes well. Padres, Blue Jays tomorrow, so I'm sure you'll enjoy that. My friend said something about trade talks with Harper to the Pirates. No way. I would love that, but I don't know why the Pirates or the Phillies would do that. I'm assuming you're talking about Bryce Harper. I don't think that will be happening anytime soon. So let me go ahead and look up these guys. Though I do not know anything about stuff, especially prior to 2000. But I don't know. Tony La Russa was always pretty solid. Herzog here winning the World Series in 82, 2 NL pennants, so that's pretty solid. And here's the other guy here, Joe Torre. I think of him mostly as a Yankees guy, which I know he obviously managed a bunch of teams. So just with the Cardinals, doesn't look like he did much with the Cardinals, so cannot say Torre. Yeah, I think of him as the Yankees. And then La Russa, which that's the one I really know. Okay, apparently I have to type in the first name. If you are new to the channel, you're like, what the heck is he doing? Well, I'm interacting with you guys, My bad for trying. Yeah, I'm just going to stick with La Russa. I mean, that's who I knew, and it looks like he was the best one as far as managers. Yeah, man, I should be able to listen to the Padres game. Awesome, fantastic. And if not, I totally understand. But, yeah, I'll be doing it. Again, I work late tonight and tomorrow night, so that's why I'm trying to get in a stream early today. And today's game is the Tigers Cardinals. Should be a good one, as here's the first pitch to Green. That's going to be swung on and missed, strike 1. Harper to the Pirates would be awesome, but unfortunately, 1, I don't think it would matter, and 2, that is just never going to happen, unfortunately. 0-1 count to Green. That's swung on and missed, strike 2. Green batting .286, OPS of .872. Here is the 0-2 to Green. That's going to be in the dirt, ball 1. Again, if you're also new to the channel, you'll see that I have a ticker there for you, so you can see what's going on in other, not just baseball, of course, other sports. Unfortunately, I don't have college baseball stuff. That's kind of a shame. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be hit. That's going to get down the left field line. So he's going to get on. He is going to chill, though, at first, as it took a Cardinals bounce right to the left fielder, Donovan. So Green's going to chill, though, at first base with a, I guess, no-out single there. I guess usually they don't say that. No-out double, 0-out double, lead-off single. There you go. I think they said Jared Jones is out for the season, so that sucks. The Pirates-Reds tied 1-1. Yeah, I heard about Jared Jones. That is rough indeed. Luckily, though, our starting pitching is pretty solid. Unluckily, though, everything else is literally the worst, as that one is going to be fouled down the right field line. Spencer Torkelson batting .240 on the year, OPS of .865. Yeah, we just need bats. We need bats, and let's get that Shark Tank bullpen going again. Here is the 0-1, and that's going to be low for ball one. Riley Green singling to start off the second inning, so a runner on first with no outs. Torkelson up with a 1-1 count. Palante delivers. That's going to be outside. Ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike. Palante sets and delivers. That's going to be a ground ball. Going to get past the shortstop, the diving shortstop, as Green is going to move to third. So we have runners on the corners with still nobody out. And that's going to bring up Keith. Just honestly a slow chopper. Wind kind of playing a little bit farther off the bag. Second base, of course, assuming double play depth, but I don't know. I guess not. And that's going to bring up Keith, batting .222, OPS of 700. Runners on the corners, nobody out. Palante delivers. That's outside for ball one. Outside and high, I should say. I'm so sad to see that the Pirates are playing right now, but you're broadcasting the Cardinals. I know. But this was... I just... Look, I get it. I get it. Here's the 1-0, and this one's going to be hit to left, and that will probably get home the run Green, as Green is going to score, but Torkelson trying to tag up from first to second, and he's thrown out, so that ends up being a double play. But the Tigers will take the 1-0 lead. Well, I'll tell you what, Pittsburgh, I mean, no offense to you Cardinals fans, not exactly pulling for the Cardinals here today, trying to see the Tigers. I get it, though. It's been very frustrating to cover these Pirates games and seeing the Pirates put up, at most 2 or 3 runs, which, I mean, they haven't even scored over 5 in, I think, 24, 25 games now. It's just very frustrating, and I get it, and I'm very sorry. I might need a little bit of a break from the Pirates, as that one's going to be in there for a called strike. I don't know what their win percentage is when I cover them, but I think it's worse than their actual win percentage. I think I'm a curse. Here is the 0-1 to Dingler, Dylan Dingler. What a name. OPS of 780, 4 home runs, 17 RBIs. This guy, the commentator saying, Dingler has 4 dingers. I guess that works. 0-2 count. Palante delivers the 0-2. That's going to be in the dirt for ball one. It is fun, though. Again, I'm trying to see what other games are out there. I mean, I don't really know much about the Tigers. Obviously, I know a decent amount about the Cardinals because of the NL Central thing. But it would be, I don't know, it's neat to see other teams. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be hit to right. Walker jogging back and makes the catch for out number 3. So the Tigers able to push across a run here in the top of the second. Your score 1-0. I will, of course, do more Pirates games. I do promise. But I just think might need a little break. Might need a little bit of a break as the Reds and Pirates tied 1-1. Again, the Pirates, I believe, they are 49-0. So very impressive stuff for the Pirates. But again, it's just too much winning and too much high-scoring games. I need someone else to cover the Pirates games because I'm loving it so much. Cubs Marlins 1-1 in the top of the second. Astros Rays 2-2 in the top of the second. Orioles Brewers, they are tied in the bottom of the second. 0-0. Again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. This is what I do. I cover random games. And today's random game is Tigers Cardinals. Tomorrow's random game will be Padres and Blue Jays. barring anything crazy happening. I already have it set up on the YouTube, of course. Yes, I said the YouTube. I am old. And again, if you are a football fan, definitely hit that subscribe button, as that is really my passion, and I look forward to that, of course, once August hits. I've actually kind of made a late adjustment. I will be doing preseason games. So, again, if you're just a football fan, definitely hit that subscribe button. Of course, week 0 for college football, I'll be doing that as well. I have been thinking the NL West is hot lately. Padres, D-backs, Dodgers, and both your Dodger game live streams have your most views, so maybe you can try to do NL West more. Would definitely watch. Well, I mean, I had been thinking that as well, to be honest with you. Might try to get some of the West Coast, because I got the nice Pittsburgh base, but, you know, we're all depressed about that right now. And yeah, the NL West games seem to be doing well. Maybe it's just a time zone difference. I'm not too sure. I don't know. I'm surprised, to be honest. I thought there'd be a bunch of Dodgers fans doing the game, but last night we had a pretty good showing. I was pretty excited about that. Dodgers D-backs, great game. Yeah, Pittsburgh. I'm sorry. Don't worry. I'm not abandoning Pittsburgh. I'm still going to want to watch them. It's just I need a little bit of a mental break from just watching. I will probably do almost every Paul Skeens start that every Paul Skeens start that I can watch, I will watch. I do love watching him pitch. It's just very frustrating whenever he only allows 1 or 2 runs and we are getting shut out. So it's just like, he's 3-5 with a 2.44. It's unbelievable, man. I can't even anyway. Herrera's coming to the plate here, batting .439, OPS of 1307. I imagine he hasn't been playing much. That's going to be just low, ball 1. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and answer that for you. Ivan Herrera. Well, 57 at-bats, that's not too bad. Only appearing in 18 games. 10-game hitting streak for Herrera. So look at me and my big mouth. That's going to be outside, ball 2. At least I got Crosby cooking for Team Canada and my Iowa boys on the Steelers. Yes, sir. Yaya Black and Caleb Johnson. Hopefully they will be solid for the Steelers. That's going to be outside, ball 3. I think both of them are going to be solid picks in the end. Herrera with 5 home runs, 21 RBIs. This guy, okay. That's a 4-pitch walk. Herrera's just too good. In his brief plate appearances on the year, he's looked really well, apparently. That's going to bring up Alec Burleson batting .285, OPS of 761. Though I don't know, I'm not pulling for Crosby and Team Canada, obviously. You got to go with the United States, but I hope he does well individually. Here's the pitch to Burleson. Burleson's going to put down the bunt. Throws to first, and he got him by a step. No, he's safe. That was close. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to have to look at that replay. Initially, it looked like he got him just barely. But apparently, that was a really solid bunt. Okay. Hustling down the line, so he moves the runner up, first and second. Oh, yeah. Okay, so Burleson is going to be safe. Just barely, though. So runners on first and second. That's going to bring up Nolan Arenado. Kind of rare to see him batting this low. Batting .247. As this one is popped up. Shallow right field. And a nice sliding catch by Malloy to get the first out. So 1 pitch, 1 out, and that's going to bring up Nolan Gorman. And he's kind of struggled. You know, he's definitely a highly touted prospect, batting .171, OPS of 559. Figured Yaya would go around 5 or 6, but I'm surprised our tight end went so late to the Texans. Nolan Arenado is a stud. He is indeed, though at the plate this year, kind of struggling. That's going to be in there, a called strike. Yeah, usually Iowa has really solid tight ends, but I didn't really hear much about the Iowa tight end this year. And, of course, the Steelers have like 6 or 7 tight ends on the roster because, you know, that's what we do. We're idiots. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be in there, a called strike right down the middle. 0-2 count to the Cardinals. who very quickly had 2 men on, but are in danger of not taking advantage. Herder delivers, and this one's going to be hit to left, but I believe it's right at green for out number 2. So very quickly, it went from 2 on, nobody out, to 2 outs. That's going to bring up Jordan Walker, batting .199, OPS of .549. He definitely could use something here. 3 home runs on the year for Walker, 17 RBIs. He has a negative WAR too, negative .6. Here's the pitch. That's going to be just low, ball 1. Another one of those guys that's, was expected to do great things. Unfortunately, he has not reached that potential that many people think he has. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to be swung on and missed. Strike 1, pardon me. My bad. 1-1 count to Walker. Herder sets, looks back at Herrera, stares at him, and delivers the 1-1. That's going to be inside ball 2. Two and 1 count. Walker, a base hit would most likely get in Herrera. Into the gap, of course. Herder delivers. This one's going to be hit down. Oh, what a play at third. What a snag to keep it in by McKinstry. And we're going to head to the top of the third with your score still. Tigers 1, Cardinals 0. Again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. I do a bunch of random baseball games. Today's baseball game is obviously, Tigers and Cardinals. Probably why you're here. So, yeah, again, if you're a football fan, definitely hit that subscribe button, as I'll be doing football, honestly, once preseason starts. I'm really excited about that. What's going on in the other games? The Reds-Pirates 1-1. High-scoring game. It's always like that with the Pirates. Cubs-Marlins 1-1 as they head to the bottom of the second. Astros-Rays 2-2 in the bottom of the second. Orioles-Brewers 0-0 as they head to the top of the third. And, obviously, the Tigers are up 1-0 over the Cardinals as we head to the top of the third. Also, just a little fun fact here. I got this little ticker, so if you know what's going on in the other games, I got you covered. Look at that. Cubs-Marlins 1-1. Pirates-Reds, I know everyone loves that game. 1-1 as well. And I never ever want to see anyone ask about the score. I got one right here on this MLB.com website, and then I got my own little ticker down there. So, not that I'll ban you, but I'll definitely not respond and scoff at you. And don't hesitate to comment or chat in the comments or chat, whatever you want to call it. I don't mind chatting with you guys. I've met some pretty cool people. Everyone I think that's commented, I've had some nice conversations too. So it's just really cool. Just interacting with you guys, getting to know you guys. As I'll be back tomorrow again, barring anything crazy with Padres and Blue Jays. All right, looks like we're back here. Sweeney is going to be coming to the plate here, batting .245, OPS of .659. Are you doing only Steelers games, or are you going to do other NFL games as well like you're doing? I really do want to focus mostly on Steelers, but I also will be doing other games. My goal is to do 2 games every Sunday. Here's the first pitch, and Sweeney rockets this one to right, but Walker makes a nice run there to get the catch for out number 1. So I do want to do Steelers games, but let's just say the Steelers, most likely they're playing most of their games in the opening time slot at 12 or 1 o'clock, wherever you live, which I know you live here in Texas. And then I'll do probably the 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock time slot, and then Sunday night I'm going to go ahead and get off there. For Saturdays, I plan on doing definitely the opening slot. May take the afternoon game off and then come back for a night game. That is the goal. So 2, possibly 3 games, though. I might do it all day. And then, of course, during the week. Here's the first pitch to Javi Baez. That's going to be fouled off. Baseball season will still be going into effect, so I will still do a game until the regular season ends. Maybe do a playoff game, a few of the wild card games. But then obviously college football, that starts that can be on Tuesday, Wednesday. So that one's going to be chopped foul. With the MAC. The MAC, they usually play Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So I'll be doing a lot of those games. That's going to be, I think it'll be pretty fun. Hopefully I see you guys there. Again, if you're just a sports fan, I think this is the channel for you. We can just chat sports as I call the game. If you're not able to watch it, let me know. I'll try to get that on for you. As that swung onto the dirt. Strike 3 for Baez. As Palante gets his third strikeout. But yeah, I will mostly do Steelers, but I will be doing another one as well. So it's not just going to be a Steelers channel. And honestly, if I'm able to get some footing in there, I will do Monday nights and Thursday nights. I'm just really concerned. Usually the big guys do them, and they're going to hog everybody. And rightfully so. I mean, they've been putting in the work for years. I just don't know if there'd be enough for me. Whereas on Sundays and Saturdays, obviously, there's so many more games. As that one is swung on and missed. Strike 1. But yeah, probably doing Steelers-Jets. Steelers-Jets, week 1. I already can envision that one. I'll have to look at it. See if I can look at the NFL schedule. Maybe I can already predict what I'm doing. As that one's going to be hit right to the shortstop. Win with a nice snag. As we head to the bottom of the third, your score is still 1-0, Tigers leading. Let me actually see if I can look at that real quick. Maybe I can already see what's going on. I won't be doing the, most likely not doing the Fox game, America's Game of the Week or whatever, because again, I think all the big guys will be doing that. They'll schedule. I think that's for last year. What the heck? Give me this year. All right, let's see. So yeah, Steelers, Jets. I could probably tell you that's what's happening, guys. Obviously I'm Central Time. 3:00. Got some options. I imagine Lions, Packers is probably. Hey, look, Tigers fans, there you go. Lions, Packers is probably what's going to be the main game. So if Steelers, Jets ends early, I'm probably going to aim, honestly. Wouldn't be bad to get Denver, Tennessee. Obviously, Denver with Bo Nix going to the playoffs last year. And then maybe Cam Ward. I'd like to see Cam Ward. I'm really shocked he didn't get a Sunday night game. Of course, Seattle, San Francisco is not a bad matchup. Get to see Sam Darnold's his debut. And then Houston, Los Angeles isn't bad either. Really some solid choices. I really couldn't tell you. But probably Steelers, Jets. I will be calling high school football on Friday night, so any Friday night game, which I think this is the only one, I will not be there for. Thursday, I don't know if I'll be doing Cowboys. Eagles, we'll see. That might just be a trial run to see if I'm able to get some people to, that'll be a good test to see, okay, well, am I able to, break through despite all the big guys out there streaming the game? We'll see. All right, due up here for the Cardinals is going to be Victor Scott, Mason Wynn, and Brendan Donovan. Scott is batting .272, OPS of .728. And that's going to be inside. It hit him, but it may have hit the ball. Oh, it hit the bat. Oh, my goodness. It was right at him, and he put the bat up as a shield. Oh, that is so unfortunate. Oh, let's look at this pitch. It came right at him. He was just trying to. Oh, that hit his hand. I think they're going to review. They have to review this. That hit his hand. So now the umpire's going to talk about it as the manager's going to meet up with his player. That went off his hand, guys. So I don't know. That did not look like that it hit his bat. They're going to talk to the manager now here. Again, if you do like what you see, hit that subscribe button. And if you're a stranger, well, you don't have to be. Feel free to, interact with myself or these guys, they're all pretty chill. They really are. It's really cool people I've met. I'm sure maybe if I start being a little toxic, then they'll probably be a little toxic, but that's fine too. But I don't think I'll be toxic for baseball season. Football season, I'll be especially toxic to the Steelers and the Cowboys. Ruling on the field is a live fair ball. Okay, so they're reviewing. I'm sorry, that was really awkward by the umpire there. Clearly not a public speaker, but so it hit him, and they're ruling that he did go either way. But so St. Louis is challenging that no, it didn't hit the bat, it hit him. But obviously it would just be a strike because the bat was still committed. So yeah, that is tough. I think he was pulling back, but I don't know if you can. Can you? I don't know if that's the thing you guys or MLB can review. I think he was pulling back. I don't know if that's something they can change. It'd be good if it could. So bear with me here. Do apologize for that. But yeah, again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. I will be doing random baseball games all the way till pretty much the wild card round for baseball, and then I'm letting the big guys take it from there, as I'll be focused more on football, which is more of my thing. Which I'll be doing some preseason games as well, just to kind of warm up for the NFL. Man, I do apologize. I know there's really not much to talk about. Again, feel free to chat about it in the comments. Definitely keeps the conversation going, and especially in times like these. Okay, after review, the call is overturned. He was hit by the pitch, but he did offer at the pitch. I disagree with that personally. So St. Louis will keep their challenge. I don't think he offered. It looked like he was pulling back. But, I mean, St. Louis does win their challenge. So if you're a Cardinals fan, then you're a little happy here, since it's not an out. All right, we're back here. Herder delivers the 0-1. That's going to be hit to second, so it looks like he's going to be out anyway for out number 1. So was it a 1 pitch, 1 out here? It's 2 pitches, 1 out, as that's going to bring up Mason Wynn, batting .265, OPS of 769. By the way, Draven, do you think that's a decent idea? As I know you asked about it. Do you think I should be focused on other NFL games, or is that an all right idea to keep on with the Steelers? As here's the first pitch to Wynn. That's going to be in there, a called strike. 0-1 count. Looks like the Tigers are warming up someone in the bullpen, as this one's going to be hit to center, but it looks like that's going to be an easy out for Baez. Out number 2. So 2 away really quickly, and that's going to bring up Donovan, 0 for 1. Batting .328, OPS of 844. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there, a called strike. I think for Steelers-Browns games, I'm going to have to do my Steelers Kenny Pickett jersey. Yes, I own one. Worst investment ever. That's going to be, that's way inside. Well, not way inside, but I would say the pitcher got a call there. Strike 2. 0-2 count. Herder delivers. Swung on a miss and a ball in the dirt, as Herder's making the Cardinals look pretty silly. But it looks like he might be coming out, as they're going to do a bullpen game. So 1-0 your score, Tigers over the Cardinals. I think Steelers should stay the main focus unless you're free, and then like other games that are going to. Okay. Well, that was kind of my thing. So, yeah, all right. It's good to get confirmation there. So yeah, Steelers will definitely be the focus, but I am doing 2 games every Sunday. So again, if you're another sports fan of other teams, I could be doing Lions. And again, I don't really want to talk about the NFL with St. Louis fans. It might be a touchy subject for you guys. And I don't blame you one bit. I would feel screwed if I was a St. Louis Ram fan. Just an iconic, that's iconic, St. Louis Rams. And then they freaking move into Los Angeles, and Los Angeles doesn't give a darn about either of those teams. The San Diego, yeah, it's so, anyway, whatever. I'm just, into the Oakland Raiders, too. I don't know. My childhood's going away. Washington Redskins, that's a different whole thing. But again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. This is what I do. I call random baseball games. Today's game is Tigers Cardinals. Tomorrow, I'm planning on doing Padres and Blue Jays also at noon. Again, they're at noon because I am working late today and tomorrow, so I won't be able to be covering any of the evening games. It's really random, my schedule. Some days I work all day, and then I'm off at night, and I'm able to cover a game, or sometimes I can't cover a game because of, my wife. Right now she's actually sick, so I got to, as soon as this game's done, I got to see how she's doing and stuff like that. But yeah, I try to do what I can when I can. Hopefully you guys understand and appreciate that. Maybe you don't. It's cool, but hopefully you find me somewhat entertaining and you hit that subscribe button. Also, again, big football fan here, so I will hopefully see you guys for football season, both college and in the NFL. And I do a little UFL when I can. I do work a lot of weekends. The old Rams jerseys were good. Yes, they are. I mean, the current ones are okay, but I don't know, the St. Louis Rams ones with the navy blue and gold. I mean, that's kind of iconic. Though I do like the older ones too. That's going to be down ball 1. I just feel like they're throwbacks with like the lighter blue and yellows better than the current ones, and then the navy blue and gold, that's also really good too, like solid. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to be chopped foul. I don't know, maybe I'm alone on that. Or I know me and you are probably in agreement because you said that, but maybe other people like it. Maybe they like that, the new stuff. I just remember that bone uniform. That was terrible. Oh my gosh. Here's the 1-1, and that's going to be in there, a called strike. 1-2 count. I haven't really checked the other scores. I should do that after this half inning. Malloy struck out in the first. That's going to be in the dirt. Ball 2. Malloy batting .200 on the year. A OPS of .635. Top of the 4th, Tigers leading 1-0. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be a ground ball to short. Wynn's going to throw to first for out number 1. Nice snag by Burleson. That ball was pretty low. And that's going to bring up McKinstry. Zach McKinstry, he's batting .288, OPS of .794. Palante stepping back on the mound and delivers the first to McKinstry. That's going to be just high for ball 1. He grounded out in the first, batting .288, 2 home runs, 17 RBIs, an OPS of .794. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to be swung on and missed. Strike 1. 1-1 count to McKinstry. Palante delivers the 1-1. That's going to be chopped to first. Burleson's going to take it himself as McKinstry was hustling down that line. But that is out number 2. And that'll bring up Riley Green, batting .290, OPS of .878. And he did come across the score in the second inning. Last 4 games, he's actually 7 for 13. Really solid as of late. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a breaking ball, but that one's going to be hit foul. That's probably a ballpark I'd like to go to, the St. Louis one. See the arch in the background. That's pretty cool. Not the best ballpark though. Pittsburgh's is number one. Then San Francisco's is number two. That's going to be inside ball one. No bias, I promise. I assure you, I keep it real. I know where my Steelers are at. I know where my Pirates are at. I know where the Pitt College is at. They're just terrible everywhere. That's going to be sliced foul, though. They did apparently advance in the ACC tournament for baseball. Apparently that was an upset. 1-2 count here to Green as Green's going to step out. Tigers up 1-0, just in case you cannot see the scoreboard, which would be shocking. Here is the 1-2. That's going to be in the dirt, ball two. But I guess it's possible that you turn this on and then, have other things to do. I do appreciate that as well. Hopefully that means I'm doing a good job commentating. Here is the 2-2 in the dirt, ball three. Pitt baseball with a huge upset. Yeah. Was Rob Deere a good ball player? Never heard of him, but I will go ahead and look that up. I watched that because I watched Pitt in Iowa. Okay. I just hadn't been able to keep up with college. That's going to be inside ball four, college baseball. All right, so Sean with another baseball question. Maybe you guys have heard of him. You probably have. Because, again, when it comes to this, I'll be honest. Anything pre-2000, early 2000s, I really don't know. So a Detroit Tiger for a little bit, so you Tigers fans would appreciate that. Did strike out a lot, apparently. As I'm going to get rid of these dang ads. Here's the first pitch. That's going to be swung on and missed. Strike one. This is Spencer Torkelson. He singled. I believe he brought, let me just double check here. No, he didn't bring home Green. He moved Green to third. That is correct. Hold on. Here is the Torkelson with 12 home runs and 38 RBIs on the year. That's going to be low for ball one. 220 batting average. On base, though, he did walk a lot. Billy Beane would love this guy. OPS of 766. Again, a lot of strikeouts. Home runs. Did hit a lot of home runs. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be inside ball two. Yeah, I would say he's decent. Decent guy. Would probably be a starter on the Pirates today. He'd probably be our superstar, but I would say decent. Yeah, I thought you said Rob Diedrich at first. I'm like, when did he? No, I think he's the ridiculousness guy, right? That's going to be hit to right. Walker still. It's at the warning track and a jumping grab, but he couldn't make it as that's going to drop. So Torkelson knocks in a run. Unbelievable. Honestly, Walker, it looked like he had it the whole way, and he just kept going, makes a jumping grab, misses it. Then he has to pick it up, throw it inside into the diamond, but the Tigers are able to take advantage. So Green has scored twice. Torkelson has gotten on base twice as well. And that's going to bring up Keith. With the runner on second, that's going to be in there for a called strike. But no, I did not say that, no. Rob Deere. Spencer Torkelson. I don't know if that's German. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be low for ball one. Torkelson. Yeah, I'll look that up right now. Why not? Torkelson. I'm curious. Is anyone else curious? Is it just me that's just curious? Be nice to type right. Torkelson. Here's the 1-1, and that's going to be ripped foul. Torkelson. Name. Origin. Norwegian. Okay, look at that. So Europe for sure. Kind of figured that, but 1-2 count here to Keith. And this one's going to be hit foul. Tigers up 2-0 here in the top of the fourth. Looking to keep this just, again, a great start to the season. Tigers fans have to be thrilled. Trying to make up for what the Lions did. As that one is going to be hit foul. Yeah, I took a little shot there to the Lions. Sorry, buddy. Or guys, if you're a Lions fan. Curious. Yeah, no, he's from a Norwegian. That's a Norwegian name. Yeah, I like just little fun facts about that. Just anything in general. Here's the 1-2 to Keith, and that's going to be hit, but that one's also fouled, so he's staying alive. Looking to bring in Torkelson. I hear the Lions' proposal was withdrawn today. The reseeding of the wild card and division opponents, and that is awesome because you got to win you win the division, get a home game. That's how it goes. Here's the 1-2, and this one's going to be hit to center, but it looks like that's right to Scott for out number 3. And Palante looks really upset with himself as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Your score: Tigers 2, Cardinals 0. All right, let's see what we got here. We have, let me update this. I don't think it updated. MLB app is not working for some reason. Pirates, they're up 2-1. Oh, well, that's not shocking at all, actually, because they're 49-0. Cubs, Marlins, that is 1-1 in the bottom of the third. Astros tied with the Rays 2-2 as they head to the bottom of the fourth. Orioles, Brewers 0-0 in the top of the fourth. And that's all we have. Mariners, White Sox is scheduled to get underway very shortly. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe button. Every subscription helps. It's free, so it's not an actual subscription. You don't pay a dime, so think about that. Hey, I subscribe to this sports guy. It's free. That's not too bad. Not a bad deal. Helps everyone out here. You get free content. I get an extra subscriber. Helps me out a lot. I do. Thank you very much. And again, I thank everyone here that's commented. I've seen them multiple times, so I'm assuming they subscribe unless they just were to search me up randomly every day. That'd be a little creepy, but that's fine regardless. I do appreciate the viewership. I do appreciate interacting with these guys. I really do. Also, again, if you're just a baseball fan, football fan, hit that subscribe button. This is the channel for you, as I do those games. Obviously, football season when football's here, baseball all throughout. I try to do between 2 to 4 games a week. You look at the average, I've done about once every 2 games. It's not always like that. There are times where I have to miss multiple days because of work or just what's happening around here. But I do try to make it up, though, with trying to get back-to-back. Like last night I did one. Today I'm doing one. Tomorrow I'm doing one and during this time as well. And then Friday, hopefully doing UFL. I think I'll probably get killed in the ratings, but I'm still going to give it a shot, see how it goes. As this is going, we're going to have a pitching change. Chase Lee is replacing Herder, who Herder looks really good. So, I mean, if you're a Tigers fan, you got to definitely feel optimistic about that. Only allowed 1 hit, but here is Lee, and that's going to be in there, called strike. Let's see, let's look at his ERA. They didn't show the stat yet. Lee with a 1.00 ERA. Very good. That one's going to be in there, called strike. This is Contreras. He's 0 for 1, batting .247, OPS of 723. Contreras uses his batting timeout. He's going to step back in. If you're a Cardinals fan, make sure to head to the stadium May 25th. That's going to be outside ball 1. Kids get a free Mason Wynn jersey. Look at that. So if you're a Cardinals fan living in the area, May 25th, your child will get a free Mason Wynn jersey. That's going to be outside ball 2. 2-2 count. Lee sets and delivers. Oh, I believe that hit him, and it did. So the Cardinals get a free base runner due to the hit by pitch as Lee looks distraught, angry, a lot of negative emotions. Kind of just let it go. It's like just slipped out of his hand. That's going to bring it Herrera, who walked, just off to a great start to the year. 439 batting average, 1314 OPS. So I'm going to look for some water as I feel it now. That's going to be swung on a miss. What was that? It looked like he didn't want to swing. He just took a leisurely swing up there. Herrera's 4 for 8 in the series, 3 RBIs, and that one is going to be fouled back. I wanted to get the Mac Miller bobblehead from the home game the other day, but I'm in Texas, so that's a no-go unless I can buy one. Yeah, I know. It is tough being a fan from a team in another state. Here's the 0-2, and that's going to be chopped foul. Of course, I think I might have mentioned it to you, that I am planning on going to Pennsylvania in the middle of July, so I will be obviously not be in front of you guys for about a week or so, but hopefully if everything goes well, I'll be able to go to my first Pirates game. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be outside ball one, as my family lives about an hour northwest of Philly, so that's where that's where I grew up, is on the eastern side of the state. Might make my first trip to Pittsburgh, as that's going to be outside ball two. You know what? I kind of want now. Canton wouldn't be too far. It'd be about 6 or 7 hours. But I'm going to go to Canton when Ben is enshrined. When Ben goes, I'm going to go. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be chopped off his shin. So the count remains at 2-2. I'd love to go to the NFL Hall of Fame. That would be, oh man, I could spend the whole day there. 2-2 count. It's just in Ohio. What the heck? Ugh. Here's the 2-2. Checked his swing. Doesn't matter. He rung him up on a pitch inside. Strike 3 called. And that's going to bring up Burleson, who was 1 for 1, batting .290, OPS of .770. What town? In Pennsylvania? So they live in Douglasville. I grew up in Robisonia, born in Reading, Pennsylvania. Reading, Pennsylvania. Pretty big town/city. 1-0 count. Pottstown, very close to Pottstown. I think that's about 20, 30 miles away. As that one's going to be fouled back. That's going to be foul. Did you figure out if you're getting NCAA 26? Yes, I have yet to pre-order it, but I'm leading that I will be getting it. Yes, I will most likely be getting it. The thing is, I don't know. I will definitely not be playing it as much this year, so I'm kind of just debating on how this would work, because I'm supposed to be in a league, but I might do my own thing, because as that's a ground ball right to the shortstop, he's going to walk to second and toss it to first for a double play. So just like that, we head to the top of the 5th. Your score, Tigers 2, Cardinals 0. Yeah, I'll be doing this more often, so I don't know. I will be getting it. I just don't know like how often I'll be able to play it. But yeah, I'm very close to Pottstown, very close. I'm assuming you know that area, or you're from there. That'd be pretty cool. Oh, it's a small world, you know. Pirates up 2-1 over the Reds in the top of the 6th. Cubs, Marlins tied 1-1 in the top of the 4th. Astros, Rays are up 3-2 in the bottom of the 4th. Orioles up 1-0 over the Brewers as they head to the bottom of the 4th. And the Mariners, White Sox are just now getting underway, 0-0 in the top of the 1st. Again, hopefully I have earned that subscription. It's free. But yeah, only do that if you think I'm worthy enough. But again, if you're a baseball fan and football fan, hopefully you find this somewhat entertaining, as I'll be doing these games at random. I will, again, kind of favor the Pirates, but right now I'm taking a little bit break. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Just can't even right now with them. It's really depressing to watch them. But tomorrow, Padres, Blue Jays. So hopefully I'll see you guys there if you're just a baseball fan. Again, for football, I will be doing football games probably doing a few preseason games just to get myself warmed up and familiar with some of the new faces, the new rookies, the new rising stars. Hopefully, I'll be honest with you. I'm not a Shador fan, but I am ready to see him play. I'm excited to see him play, despite all, I just not a fan of him personally, but I do want to know how he's going to do. I am very interested to see how that's going to do. So, if I'm able to watch the Browns game, like even Kenny Pickett's there. Like, that's going to be pretty cool. I get to see Kenny Pickett in a Browns uniform, see how he does, just watching from afar as a Steelers fan. As this is going to bring up Dingler, and that's going to be hit to right. Walker with a diving attempt, does snag it, though. Not able to make the catch, but he does get it on the hop as he's diving, as that's going to be a dramatic single by Dingler. So, a leadoff single for the Tigers. Docker, what's the most obscure jersey? Kenny Pickett. I don't really own many jerseys. So the jerseys I own would be the Big Ben Color Rush. I have my first jersey I ever got was my own personal one. Steelers 1-3, and it has my name on the back, or last name, as that's going to be Lowe for ball 1 to Sweeney. So, yeah, my personal custom-made one, Big Ben Color Rush, and then the Kenny Pickett away jersey, because I literally was an idiot. I bought into, and again, that's the stupidest story. I'll go ahead and tell you guys a little bit after this 1-0 pitch to Sweeney, and that's going to be Low for ball 2. I literally bought Kenny Pickett. I literally bought his jersey after they just got blown out by the Bills. It was like 38-10, but I'm like, I loved how he fought at the end of the game. I'm like, yeah, that's the guy. Just so stupid. So stupid. And I went against my rule. I usually, want to try to get established stars. That's going to be outside ball 3, but I just wanted to get ahead of the curve. Like, oh yeah, Kenny's going to be the guy. Now, I wasn't delusional like the Pitt fans that were saying that he's going to be Dan Marino. Oh man. I got blocked by a lot of Pitt fans when I told them. Literally, he's not going to be Dan Marino or Ben Roethlisberger. I don't know why you're saying that. Here's the 3-0. That's going to be down low, ball 4. So take your base there, as it's going to be runners on first and second. Yeah, I lost a lot of Pitt followers because I literally just look, you're literally setting the bar way too high. If he's good, that's great. You're saying he's going to be a Hall of Famer, and that's just ridiculous. Tigers pitching is insanely good. So far, so good. Their offense, though, look at the offense. They've put up 262 runs. That is really solid. As that one is going to be hit to center. Baez. It's going to fly out to center. It's going to try to tag up. Oh, the throw gets away, but Palante was there to back him up. So it looks like both runners are moving up to second and third there on the hit by Baez. Or I shouldn't say hit, the fly out. I have a Brett Favre jersey. Okay, well, hey, I understand he's kind of off the field kind of unfortunate stuff he's done. But, hey, he's still an NFL legend regardless. If their offense produces, I don't see him being able to beat them in the playoffs. As Palante's going to step off. Wynn is pointing around. Maybe just Marion Barber, the third jersey, but it's my uncle's, which he gave me. Hey, Marion Barber, Cowboys, him and Julius Jones. I remember him. Yeah. Runners on second and third. Ground ball to first. He's going to look back. The third base runner. So just like that, there's 2 outs now. Again, runners on second and third. So the Tigers with a great opportunity to not get more runs, but 2 back-to-back outs have kind of killed that. So that's going to bring up Malloy. He's batting 198, OPS of 627. And I'd like to get more jerseys. It's just kind of expensive. Up in Pennsylvania, hopefully I'll see some more Steelers jerseys. And that's going to be inside ball 1. I assure you Pickens and Pickett's jersey and Juju's jerseys, they'll probably be all $5, but I don't think I'll get them just because, I don't know. I would get, I don't know. You have to be like a Steelers legend. Unfortunately, I know I have a Kenny Pickett one, but that's going to be fouled back. I will move off that eventually, I'm sure. I'd like an Antonio Brown one. I'd like a Hines Ward one. Troy Polamalu. TJ Watt. That's who I'd want to get. 1-1 count. That's going to be a breaking ball in there called strike. Maybe Minka, but he's been kind of slipping the last few years. I don't know. 1-2 count. Runners on second and third. Tigers looking to add on to this 2-0 lead. Here's the 1-2. This one's going to be hit. Foul. Just wait. Mike Vick. I would get a Mike Vick Steelers jersey band. Oh, dude. That was so cool when he got him. I would always get him in like the old Madden games. The PS2 Madden says we're having technical difficulties. I might have to switch over to the Tigers broadcast. Here's the 1-2. That's in the dirt. Ball 2. Yeah, I'm moving over. I don't know what's going on. It's blinking. The audio's in and out. So we're moving off to the Tigers. And there's... Well, it's doing that here too. That's weird. That's not good. Palante sets. And this one's going to be hit to right field. Looks like Walker is going to make the catch for out number 3. Hopefully I'm not getting hypnotized here as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Your score, Tigers 2, Cardinals 0. I'm actually just going to check around. See if that's just, maybe that's me. That would be kind of embarrassing. I promise you that's never happened before. Pirates, Reds are good. No blinking, no nothing. Okay, I think it's just the... Anyway, if you do like what you see, hit that subscribe button. I do a bunch of random baseball games and football games. Hopefully I will see you guys here the rest of the way. And again, if you are a fan of one of these two teams, just let me know. Hey, I've done a lot of Diamondbacks games. Why? Well, because there's a Diamondbacks fan that always pops up, and so I'll do them. I think I've done 4 or 5 of those games. I'm doing a Padres game tomorrow. Why? Well, that's because Luis Marquez here is a Padres fan, and I really feel bad. I've been putting that off, but I'm going to get some more. I think that'd be my 3rd Padres game, I want to say. So all you got to do is let your voice be heard. Hey, I'm a this fan. And then you just keep popping up. I'm like, okay, well, keeping that in mind, I'm going to do another game. That's how it works. Ask and you shall receive. But, and again, if you're just a baseball fan, football fan, hit that subscribe button. And don't hesitate to chat in the comments or comment in the chat. Pretty chill little community. I don't know if it's community, but maybe like a group of people. But for the most part, it's pretty chill. Maybe in football season, when I get a little toxic, you'll probably start seeing that toxic chat. I don't know. Again, only toxic because, I'm a Steelers fan and very self-hating as far as all that when it comes to Steelers. And the Cowboys, I will hate regardless. There's really nothing that can be done about that. Sorry. But all right, here in the bottom of the 5th, the Tigers up 2-0 as Nolan Arenado will come to the plate. He is 0 for 1. And that's going to be outside ball 1. 1-0 count here. To Arenado's. Arenado's going to pop it up. Shallow infield. They can't find it. No, we do get it. Torkelson fighting the second baseman, shortstop. They were all confused. They were just all stumbling everywhere. All right, so here is Gorman batting .169, 1 home run, 9 RBIs on the year, OPS of .552. Lee delivers, and that's going to be in there for a called strike. Oh, 1 count to Gorman. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit, but fouled. Tigers leading 2-0 here in the bottom of the 5th with runs in the 2nd and 4th innings. 0-2 count. Lee sets and delivers. That's going to be hit to second. He's going to throw to first for out number 2. Doctor, you can get a Rudolph jersey, then they may even pay to get it. If I'm getting paid to do it, I'll do it, but I might just give it away. I'm not a fan of Mason Rudolph. I know there's a little section of the Steelers faithful that loves Mason Rudolph, and I couldn't tell you why, as that one's going to be in there for a called strike. They act like he is God, and he seems like a decent guy. He obviously played well in the last 3 games, and 2023 is that's going to be in there for a called strike. But if he's a full-time starter, well, again, I will like Rudolph if we go 3-4. If he's our starter, we go 3-14, get the number 1 pick. Heck yeah! Swung on and missed. He struck him out. What was Walker? That ball was just 18, 20 inches outside the plate. As we head to the top of the 6th, your score: Tigers 2, Cardinals 0. That was a very quick half inning. But yeah, I'll love Mason Rudolph if he gets us Arch Manning. We got a march for Arch here. All right, other scores: Pirates 2, Reds 1. In the bottom of the 6th, Cubs, Marlins 1-1 in the top of the 5th. Astros down 5-2 to the Rays in the bottom of the 5th. Orioles 1, Brewers 0 in the top of the 5th. And the Mariners up 3-0 over the White Sox in the bottom of the 1st. Again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. I do a bunch of random baseball games and football games. Obviously, football coming up in August. I do try to do a UFL when I can. This Friday, it's looking like it's possible, so I haven't made it yet on the live stream schedule, but we're going to try. But I'm just going to wait and see how that is looking. Again, don't hesitate to chat, as I'm not either. I was joking. I do need a Caleb Johnson one when I get the money. Yeah, what is he, number 20? That's right. 20, it's an okay. Would have liked to see a different number for Caleb. But that'll work. But again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Due up here for the Tigers is going to be McKinstry, Green, and Torkelson. McKinstry's 0 for 2, but has made some really nice defensive plays. Green is 1 for 1 with the walk and has scored both runs for the Tigers today. And then Torkelson is 2 for 2. So a good part of the lineup here coming up. Every 2 innings, these guys come up and they put up runs. 2nd, 4th, and now the 6th inning. So I believe we're going to see Palante out there again. Palante starts off the 6th inning with a foul ball as McKinstry gets a piece of that one. 100% though, if I see a Michael Vick jersey, I'm buying it. That is 100% happening. I love Michael Vick. Was great. Here is the 0-1. That's going to be in there, a called strike. Maybe not with the Steelers, but again, I feel like that was more coaching, and Todd Haley and Tomlin weren't using Vick like they should have. They tried to make him a pocket passer. Like, what are you doing? Here's the 0-2. That's going to be upstairs, ball 1. 1-2 count to McKinstry. Again, this is the part of the lineup that has done pretty well for the Tigers today, scoring a run in the 2nd and 4th innings. Here's the 1-2, and McKinstry sends this down the left field line. Foul ball. One ball, 2 strikes. Sorry for the long delay here. I guess they all took forever to get in their positions. As here's the 1-2. That's going to be inside, ball 2. Cardinals just a few games behind the Cubs, so Marlins able to somehow win that game. It would make things more interesting in the NL Central. Here is the 2-2. Just outside ball 3. May have gotten a piece of the strike zone, but the umpire didn't agree. Was Frank Tanana a good picture on the Tigers? I'm not too sure what that means. I mean, I'll look him up, but I'm not too sure. That one is fouled. Frank Tanana. Oh, pitcher probably. I might be delusional, but to me Stafford is. Okay, Draven. Draven, you're trying to trigger me, bro. This is not a pro Stafford channel. Here's the 3-2. There's a Lions fans here. I'm sure that Lions fans love you, Draven. They're going to hate me. Let me go ahead and look at this. Frank. Three and 2 count to McKinstry. Palante delivers the 3-2. This one's going to be hit to second. Scooped up well. Throws to first for out number 1. All right. Strictly Tigers. Not too shabby. 10-7. ERAs kind of in the mid 3s to 4s. Did have a 5 in there. 96 and 82, ERA of a 4. I would say it was decent. I would say pretty solid. Not too bad. As that's going to be way upstairs. Ball 1 to Green. Green again has gotten on both times via a hit and a walk. Yeah, no, Stafford to me, he still plays like he was a rookie. He's so reckless, and here's the 1-0. That's going to be upstairs and inside ball 2. He's just, I don't know. No faith in him. And again, he won the Super Bowl. Good for him. I still would not put him in the Hall of Fame. He was never an elite quarterback. Will the Lions for bet? Well, I don't know. I think if you're a good quarterback, you can definitely elevate the team. And that's going to be outside ball 3. I mean, he wasn't good enough to keep Calvin from retiring. I understand Lions fans definitely feeling the knife through the heart right now. I'm just saying, if you're good, you can make things happen despite your circumstances. Here is the 3-0. That's going to be outside ball 4. Now, you did say gifted. He does have crazy arm talent. I will not deny that. Prime Stafford had an arm, and yeah, he could probably make any throw. But no, I would not. I'm not high on Stafford. But I'm also not an Eli Manning guy either. I don't think Eli should be a Hall of Fame. I like Eli, but just not a Hall of Famer in my opinion. So Green reaches again. That's going to ramp Torkelson, who is 2 for 2 on the day, and that's going to be a check swing, strike 1. Actually did lose viewers because of that. That's fair. I mean, I'm going to keep it real. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I will say what's on my mind if asked these questions. 0-1 count. That's going to be inside ball 1. 1-1 count here to Torkelson. Again, 2 for 2. As again, this part of the lineup has done really well to get some offense. Really, the only offense of the day has been this part of the lineup. Here's the 1-1. Checked his swing. Did not go. Ball 2. On a serious note, I do love Rodgers. He did get me seriously into football. Yeah, Rodgers, definitely one of the greatest passers of all time. Won't say quarterback. I mean, he's a great quarterback. Would be in probably my top 10, maybe top 15, probably top 10. That's going to be in the dirt. Ball 3. I don't know. Maybe top 5. I'd have to think about it. Rodgers, great passer. Leader, no, he's kind of a little wild. Again, I would not mind him as my quarterback this year. I think he opens up that realm of possibility of possibly winning a playoff game. That's going to be down low, ball 4, back-to-back walks, or, of course, we just bottom out with him and go 2-15, 3-14, like we would with Rudolph or something like that. And, well, Rudolph would probably go about 500. So 2 base runners on here for the Tigers as we have a mound visit. Keith is due up. He is 0 for 1 with the sacrifice fly. As, again, mound visit here, so bear with me. Yeah, Rogers, I would like to see him in Pittsburgh, but I don't know. He needs to sign soon. If he signs anywhere past, like, June, whatever, like June 1st and beyond, then I don't know. I don't think I'd... It's still doing that thing. So there's some coverage issues in St. Louis. Even the Detroit broadcast was doing it. Palante sets and delivers. That's going to be hit to left. And what a running catch by Donovan. And Green had already committed, so he has to run back. So what a play by Donovan. Oh, man, just on the run there, making a great catch. Green had committed to third, so he had to run back. All right, 2 outs here, 2 runners on. And that's going to bring up Dingler. Palante's at 90 pitches. Looks like we have another mound visit. And looks like we're going to see a pitching change as Palante will exit here in the top of the 6th. So he gets a little standing ovation, allowing 2 runs, though he is responsible for the 2 on. So potentially could allow 4 runs depending on what happens here. As Phil Maton or Maltone is going to come out here and replace Palante. Commercial break, so I'll go ahead and see what's going on in the other games. Bear with me here. Again, MLB app not working, so I have to do this on Google. Pirates up 2-1 over the Reds in the top of the 7th. What the heck did it just happen? It said top of the 4th just now. It's top of the 7th. All right, Cubs-Marlins. Cubs-Marlins tied 1-1 in the bottom of the 5th. Rays up on the Astros 5-2 in the top of the 6th. Orioles up 1-0 over the Brewers in the bottom of the 5th. And the Mariners up 3-0 over the White Sox in the top of the 2nd. Again, if you do like what you see, hit that subscribe button. I do a bunch of random baseball games and football games, so hopefully I earn that subscription. If you're a sports fan, you think I do a decent job, then boom, there you go. This is perfect for you. And don't hesitate to chat or comment in the comment section, chat, whatever you want to call it. As you know, I do interact with you guys. I do read all comments. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy this channel, as commercial breaks can be very long. And looks like we're having a long little, because Maton wanted some more pitches as he was signaling. I remember seeing that before commercial break. So Maton here is going to enter with a 3.18 ERA. So that's a guy you definitely want in your bullpen. He'll try to do Palante a favor here. Maton sets and delivers. Ground ball. That's going to get through the between short and third. He's headed home, and he is going to score. And it looks like we have a runner advancing to third. We got a guy caught in the rundown here. We're going to throw it home, and he is out at home. Torkelson trying to take advantage of the runner being in between first and second. Unable to do it. He gets thrown out, so we're going to head to the bottom of the 6th. But hold on. Looks like Hinch is going to see if there might be a challenge here. So, yeah, okay, so they're not going to challenge. We're heading to the bottom of the 6th. Your score 3, Tigers 3, Cardinals 0. I might be going to Dallas for DreamHack. I'm not too sure what DreamHack is. I'm imagining it's a band, but I've never heard of that. Again, I don't even know if it is a band, so I do apologize. Again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. This is what I do. I call random games, and today's game is Tigers Cardinals. Could you be Cecil Field? Could I beat Cecil Fielder. See, that's Prince's. That's Prince's dad, right? 6'3", 230. I mean, I am pretty washed. Looks like a big guy. Probably not. I mean, currently, yeah. Prime Cecil Fielder versus Prime Dr. DeLay at 18? No, I think I win. Dr. DeLay was a freaking athlete. Just saying. Gaming. Okay, it's a triple event of Call of Duty, Halo, and CSGO all going on. Okay. That's interesting. I did watch. I have watched a little bit of the CDL. I don't know if that's kind of related to that. Can I be? Yeah, I think. Well, now, if you're taking 28-year-old me who's old and washed and fat versus Cecil Fielder who's 61 years old, yes, I'm not losing to him. I promise. If it's me versus Prime Cecil Fielder, I probably lose. If we're taking Prime Dr. DeLay here versus Cecil Fielder's Prime, I think Prime Dr. DeLay wins. Dr. DeLay was an athlete back in the day. That guy was special. He was special. Vince McMahon meme. All right, looks like Gunther's going to be in here as he faces Scott, who rips this to right, and that's going to drop. So the Cardinals with the leadoff single here in the bottom of the sixth. Yes, sir, it is. Okay, well, that's cool. Hopefully you enjoy. Hopefully Floptic loses. I can tell you that. I'm not a fan of Optic or FaZe. I hate FaZe more, actually. I only hate Optic because all my friends are like Optic, and they are literally obsessed over guys that can move their thumbs and fingers faster or more accurate than others, and I just think that's ridiculous. I'm very competitive when it comes to gaming, but like I'm not going to lose my mind over it and talk crap. Like, geez, All right, here is Win, and that's going to be outside ball one. Gunther is the new pitcher here for the Tigers, allowing that leadoff single to Scott. Gunther with a 3.24 ERA. He's only appeared in 7 games, and that one's going to be inside ball 2. Opponent batting average 276, so that's not ideal for the Tigers. 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be right down the middle. Strike one. 2-1 count to Win. Tigers up 3-0 on the Cardinals. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be outside ball 3. Three and 1 count. Runner on first, nobody out. And Win is going to foul this one down the left side. Am I a fan of the DH? Oof. For today's game, yes, because of how pitchers can pitch and all that stuff, but not really. That's going to be fouled as well, so the count remains at 3-2. Like, ideally, pitchers aren't everyone's not throwing 99. Everyone's back to where they were like 15, 20 years ago, where 90s, mid-90s was considered fast, and pitchers can hit to an extent. As this one's going to be it's going to be popped up, but that's going to be foul again. So the count's still 3-2. But now, I don't know. For today's game, I say it's good. But, I don't know. Ideally, not every pitcher's throwing 99 and having RPMs like go crazy. Baseball was probably ideal 20 years ago, which, I mean, probably people would prefer the steroid era. but I don't know. I think it was probably perfectly balanced in the 2000s. Now it's going to be a throw over, but he is not able to get him. Same with football. Football was also perfect in the 2000s. I feel like sports probably were at their peak in the 2000s. Basketball, too. Here's the 3-2. Swung on a missed. He struck him out. So one away here for the Cardinals, and that's going to bring up Donovan. He's 0 for 2 with the strikeout. Donovan coming up looking to move a win. Who's at first? Here's the pitch. That's going to be upstairs, ball 1. 16-year-old me would be losing my mind over it, but I was crazy competitive gamer back then. I mean, I'm crazy too, but let me all right, hold on one second. Here's the 1-0, and this one's going to be hit to right. It's still going on the warning track, and he makes the catch. Malloy. Scott's going to tag. He's going to get into second. So not all is lost there, as Donovan is able to move Scott from first to second. So I'm competitive, but like I guess when I'm watching other people play a video game, like it's different to me than watching a sport. Sport, like an actual contact sport, a little different. But literally, when I just think about it, literally these guys, got their controller and they're just, doing all this. Like, I can't cheer for that. I can't see what's going on other than the screen, obviously. Yeah, you can, that's a great play, but like, I'm not going to literally, the guy I cheer for that plays video games is better than the guy you cheer for that plays video games. And most fans are literally optic or phase. So it's like, yeah, you're just going with the people that have all the money and they can buy the best players. I don't know. That it's just kind of, but no, I'm pretty competitive. I hate to lose, and I hate it, because I don't really put money into the game. Like if I'm playing MLB The Show, or that's why I don't play Ultimate Team anymore. But like, because I was tired of going up against people that I know put money into the game. It just kills it for me, or they use broken plays. I guess I complain a lot. I don't know, but like spamming the same play over and over again. Sometimes you just can't beat the play because the defense won't allow it. Like you'd like for them to. Obviously, you'll pick man or something like that or zone or whatever. Like you want them to shade over, and they just don't do it. So stupid. I don't know. Maybe I'm just bad, but not really because I would know in real life what to do. But in the video game, I have so many. I'm limited on options. We almost had a school team, but our teacher said it was too violent, so she backed out of it. That's insane. Video games do not. No, that's dumb. That would have been cool. Unfortunately, I think I'm a little too old for that, and plus our small town wouldn't do it. But again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. I do a bunch of random baseball games. Today's game is Tigers and Cardinals. Tomorrow, it's going to be Padres and Blue Jays. Hopefully, I'll see you there if you're just a baseball fan. Was Donovan Osborne a good pitcher for the Cardinals? Let's go ahead. Did I back out of that? Unbelievable. Why am I caps locked? Donovan. So he did play in the 2000s. Did not end. Yeah, let's go ahead and ignore that. Cardinals 3.92. Not too shabby. I would say he's solid. Starting pitcher for a few years. As here's the first pitch to Contreras. That's a swing and a miss. Strike one. Let's go ahead and exit that out. Annoying. Not too bad. When he was actually healthy, it looked like he was pretty good. Then he got hurt, looks like, and he struggled. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to get through. And it looks like the Cardinals are going to get their first run of the game here in the bottom of the sixth. So it looks like the Cardinals are not done yet. They don't look dead. We're not dead, Aaron Rodgers. So 3-1 now is your score. Tigers up 3-1 now. Again, the Cardinals kind of trying to get back into this game. Still a lot of baseball left to be played. Here's Herrera. That one's going to be chopped foul. Looks like Herrera's going to ask for a new bat as that one is now broken. Three and one count, or 3-1 is your score, pardon me. 0-1 count. Herrera is 0 for 1 with the walk today, batting .431, 1293 OPS. Can't read apparently. Hannafy delivers. That swung on a missed strike two. We do have a new pitcher. I didn't announce that's my bad. Hannafy with a 2.31 ERA. 0-2 count. Hannafy looks over at first, sets, and delivers. That's going to be in the dirt. Throws over to first. Not in time. Catcher trying to keep the base runner Contreras honest there. 3-1 ball game. Cardinals tacking on a run, canceling out that run in the sixth for the Tigers. Here is the 1-2. That's going to be hit to third. McKinstry throws to first for out number 3. So the Cardinals get one back as we head to the top of the 7th. Your score, Tigers 3, Cardinals 1. Now I'll go ahead and check other scores here for you guys. Pirates up 2-1 in the top of the 8th over the Reds. And their bullpen will probably blow it. Cubs, Marlins 1-1, bottom of the 6th. Rays up over the Astros 5-2 in the top of the 7th. Orioles, Brewers 1-1 as they head to the bottom of the 6th. And the Mariners up 3-0 over the White Sox in the top of the 3rd. Again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. I do appreciate it. It's free. Won't cost you a dime. If you're a baseball fan in general, this is the channel for you, as I'll be doing 2 to 4 games a week, depending on my work schedule. And again, if you're a football fan, definitely hit that subscribe button, as I'll be doing football games in the fall, pretty much when preseason starts. I plan on doing some preseason football, then, of course, college football, and then NFL when NFL starts on September 4th. And I plan on doing at least 2 games a day for Sunday, Saturday for college, 2 to 3, maybe. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I could do it all day. And then, of course, baseball season. If you're just strictly baseball, Monday through Friday, I'll be doing baseball, or Monday through Thursday, because Fridays I cannot do anything, as I'll be working late that night, working all day Fridays pretty much. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys there. If you're a sports fan, this is the channel for you. Is it true that Willie McGee won a batting title in both leagues in the same year? Willie McGee. That's an interesting. Well, let's look at this. Look up this guy, Willie McGee. Willie. Apparently I can't type. What college games are you going to watch? Honestly, it's going to be so random, to be honest with you. And that's going to be in there for a culture. I'm going to try to do as many Pittsburgh ones as possible. But even I struggle, and I try to have, I mean, I don't want to be broke, but I do try to watch or have as much stuff available during football season, like, Peacock. I have YouTube TV. I don't know. 335. No, he did not. That's going to be chopped foul. I don't think so, because it looks like when he was, for both of those, in Oakland, he batted .274. So that is false. But yeah, trying to do pit games, but of course I'll be doing other big games as well. Maybe not the tip top again. I feel like the big guys are going to be doing those, so that's going to be outside ball 2 here to Sweeney. But you mess with Penn State? I can. I'm not really a big fan, but I can watch them. That's going to be down low ball 3. I don't know. Like I said, it's going to be up to you guys, really. I mean, you guys let me know, like, hey, Doc, like, or delay, just what you think of this game, and I'll go ahead and see if I can make that work. If I have the channel, I'll do it. That's going to be called strike 3 as Sweeney strikes out looking. And that's going to bring up Javi Baez. He's 0 for 2 on the day, batting .279 on the year, which I feel like is pretty good for him, to be honest with you. And OPS of 777, so he has a decent batting average. OPS is probably lower than I've seen it. You'll watch whatever? Well, I mean, that's good. It gives you more flexibility. As here's the first pitch. That's going to be outside ball 1. But, yeah, I'll try to, if you want me to see if I can watch Penn State, I'll watch Penn State. I look forward to it. I love football so much. I really do. Even if I hate the team, I'll watch it. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to be in the strike zone, but not according to the umpire. That's going to be ball 2. Two-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there, a called strike. If you're streaming during an Iowa game, I might have to pull up both. I got you. Hey, I might do some Iowa, which I don't know if that, maybe I don't know if that would benefit you because you probably like to see it, but then you want to see like a reaction. That's going to be in there, a called strike. 2-2 count. I am excited, ready for college football. That's going to be really fun. Again, I'll definitely be doing the opening game, and it's trending right now. I'll probably take the afternoon game off, then come back for the evening, or I do back-to-back, and then I take the evening off. I'm not too sure how that'll work, but we'll figure it out. Here's the 2-2. That's outside ball 3. Full count here for Baez. Again, he's 0 for 2 on the day. On deck is Carpenter, who has 10 home runs on the year. That's going to be inside ball 4. They may have hit him. Doesn't really matter. It wasn't in the strike zone. So Baez will collect the free base, and we're going to turn the lineup over, and that's going to bring up Carpenter, who is 0 for 3 on the day. The 1 through 3 hitters today for the Tigers combined 0 for 9, but it's really the 4 through 7 that have really done the damage today, as that's going to be in there, a cold strike. Tigers scoring once every 2 innings, the 2nd, 4th, and the 6th. Looking like it could very well trend that direction. 0-1 count to Carpenter. Here's the pitch. That's going to be upstairs, ball 1. Runner on first. Baez was hit by a pitch. Of course, it was ball 4 anyway. Matten sets and delivers outside ball 2. Tigers 32-17, just absolutely looking like $1 million so far. Hopefully they can keep it up. Tigers, when I was growing up, were a really solid franchise. Have been in hard times as of late, but really good this year as that one is inside ball 3. So Maton. I've had a feeling it was Maton, but I said Matten to say it just to be safe. Maton delivers. That's going to be chopped foul. So the count is full 3-2. Malloy is on deck. 0 for 3. Again, the top 3 hitters, all 0 for 3, as Carpenter's going to use his timeout. Carpenter's still chilling out. Maton sets and delivers. This one's going to be popped up, but I think that's getting out of play. So we'll do this again at 3-2. 3-2 count to Carpenter. Carpenter kind of taking his time here. My goodness. Baez is off. Ground ball, but that's going to be pulled foul. So Baez was off again. But nothing doing as he's going to have to retreat to first. Carpenter batting .278 on the year. He has 10 home runs. OPS of .808. Pretty solid, pretty decent. 3-2 to Carpenter. That's going to be high. Ball 4. Maton doesn't get the call. That one was close, but just a bit high. So that's going to put runners on first and second with 1 out. And that will bring up Malloy, who is 0 for 3 with the strikeout. I didn't get to watch a lot of Pitt because I was debating who to make my team because I wasn't really into college, but I really like Rasheem Biles for Pitt. Rasheem Biles. Name is familiar. I don't remember what he plays, so that's going to be in there for a called strike. To be honest, you're probably better off not being a Pitt fan, I'm not even going to lie, because Pitt, they are as mid as can be, stuck in the middle. Here is the 0-1. That's going to be chopped foul. I was just raised to be a Pitt fan, despite he's a linebacker. Okay, I gotcha. I'm sorry, I don't recall. I mean, the name is vaguely familiar. I probably saw it in the Dynasty or something like that. 0-2 count. Matone gets him to swing and miss. So he struck him out. So Malloy is 0 for 4 now. And again, that's going to bring up McKinstry. And again, the top 3 hitters of the Tigers have not recorded a hit. Of course, Carpenter did walk, but no hits. And looks like we may be having a pitching change as JoJo Romero looks like he will be replacing Phil Maton or Matone. As we're going to have pitching change here. Who was the better shortstop? Edgar Renteria. Orlando, wasn't he like a defensive shortstop? I mean, I don't know if I can really look at the batting stats for, well, maybe he wasn't. Orlando Cabrera. I remember him vaguely. Had a Gold Glove in 07. Contact hitter. Well, maybe not a contact hitter. Didn't really have a lot of power. This is a decent hitter. OPS 706. Offensively, not really leaning towards. But then again, this guy may one-up me. Ooh, I'm seeing a lot more as far as awards. Looks like Edgar definitely was. Had a higher batting average. I feel like he had more stolen bases. I'm going to say Edgar. Probably Edgar. But I feel like, though, Orlando's probably going to be, I don't know. I don't know why. I'm just feeling like he's going to be the one that's remembered more. I don't know why. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else, Orlando Cepeda or something like that. Pitching change, though, in effect. JoJo Romero is going to be replacing Phil Matone, as we do have a pinch hitter. Andy Ibanez is replacing Zach McKinstry. And again, runners on first and second with 2 outs. The Tigers looking to add on to this 3-1 lead. The Tigers scoring 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the sixth. The Cardinals responding in the sixth with 1. But the Cardinals still down, of course. As here's the first pitch. That's going to be in there, a called strike. 0-1 count. Romero sets, squats and sets apparently, and delivers. That's in the dirt, but handled well by the catcher. Ibanez batting .250, OPS of 702. 2 No, 707, 2 home runs, 13 RBIs. That's going to be inside ball 2. Two and one count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be chopped to third, but that's going to be foul. Arenado's still trying to make the throw, but wouldn't have been in time. 2-2 count here to Ibanez as he's going to jog back. Jojo Romero, again, new pitcher, so we don't really have the stats for him. 4.20 ERA. I feel like he's been a few teams. Probably thinking of someone else, actually, now I think about it, because it looks like he's just been on the Phillies. Probably another JoJo that I just cannot think of. 2-2 count. Here to Romero. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out here in the top of the 7th. 2-run lead. That's going to be, oh, it hit him. Looks like that's going to be a free base, but he is down. It looks like he hit him. He didn't move at first, but then he immediately that hit him in the ankle. Yeah, that knob part, it looks like. Oh, yeah. So we have an injury delay as he is getting checked out. He did not react well to that at all. It looked like he was just shot in the foot. So the Tigers are going to check him out. Maybe pinch run. I'm not too sure. Well, he's putting the helmet back on. So a little injury delay here as the Tigers leading 3-1. Bases loaded. And we're going to see Riley Green, who is 1 for 1, but with 2 walks. This is the part of the lineup that the Tigers have just taken advantage of. Batters 4 through 7, they have just made the Cardinals pay. And Green with a great opportunity to continue that here in the 7th. And only 1 hit on the day, but he's walked the other 2 times, and he's scored all 3 times. He is the only guy on this in the stadium that has scored today. Here's the pitch. That's going to be inside ball 1. Riley Green batting .290, OPS of .885. Romero sets and delivers. That's going to be in there, called strike. Last few innings have kind of taken their time a little bit. I know the game was kind of going really fast, but it's slowed down a little bit. So we approach the 2-hour mark. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be down and away, ball 2. Green only hitting 175 against lefties, so this is the pitcher you want up there. 2-1 is swung on and missed, strike 2. However, Green, with the bases loaded, is batting .316, 6 for 19 in his career. No homers, but he has 18 RBIs. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed. He struck him out on a ball outside of the zone. So the Cardinals leave the Tigers stranded, bases loaded as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Your score, Tigers 3, Cardinals 1. All right, can confirm the Pirates move to 50-0 with the win over the Reds today. They won 3-1. Well, that's cool. Cubs, Marlins, they are still 1-1. They are tied 1-1 in the bottom of the 7th. Rays up 5-4 on the Astros in the top of the 8th. Brewers up 2-1 over the Orioles as they head to the top of the 8th. And the Mariners are up 3-1 on the White Sox in the top of the 4th. Again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. This is what I do. I call random games. Hopefully, this is your cup of tea. Today's game is Tigers Cardinals. As we're we're just going around the MLB right now. Tomorrow will be Padres and Blue Jays. So hopefully I will see you guys there. And again, don't hesitate to chat or comment in the chat or comments, whatever you want to call it. Talk about whatever you'd like. I do respond, and we'll have a nice conversation, or we can talk about the game. Whatever you want to do, talk about whatever you'd like. Again, I'm ready for football season. I even looked up the Week 1 schedule already, kind of trying to definitely doing Steelers-Jets to start off the year. The next game, if the Steelers-Jets ends early enough, I'll do Tennessee and Denver. If it doesn't, I'll be... could do the game of the... I would probably do Detroit, Green Bay, honestly. I understand most of the streamers are going to be doing it, but I mean, Houston, Los Angeles wouldn't exactly be a bad game either. That's a tough one. I don't know. That one's going to be a game time decision. It really would be. All right. Up here for the Cardinals is Burleson. He is 1 for 2, batting .288, OPS of .765. Hannafy is still out there as he faces Burleson. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Burleson doesn't like that call. It's right on the edge. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there, a called strike. 0-2 count. Here is the 0-2. That's going to be downstairs for ball 1. A 1-2 count. Hannafy delivers the 1-2. Burleson gets underneath this one as that's actually going to drop. Center fielder and right fielder were both sprinting towards it, but just couldn't make it in time, like a little blooper. Kind of jammed him there. So the Cardinals have a base runner here with nobody out. And that's going to bring up Arenado. He is 0 for 2 on the day, batting .244, OPS of .702. Runner on first. Cardinals technically have the game-tying run at the plate. Batting .244, 5 home runs, 21 RBIs on the year. And this one's going to be ripped foul. 0-1 count. What is going on with the camera? It is shaking. And I understand I'm moving, but that is not my doing. As that one is going to be on the outside corner, strike 2. Oh, 2 count to Arenado. Margaritaville night, May 23rd. So if you're a Cardinals fan, definitely head there. You'll get those margaritas. As that one is swung on and missed, he struck him out. And that's going to bring up Gorman, who is 0 for 2 on the day. Again, she's kind of struggling. Batting .167, OPS of .546. And it looks like we're going to have yet another pitching change as Tyler Holton is going to come in and replace Hannafy. I guess this is the part of baseball that kind of annoys me, just like subbing pitchers like every few batters. I understand now there's the batter limit, but I don't know. When they're dominating, like, why would you do it? I understand the matchup, but it just makes no sense. Anyway. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. I do a bunch of random games. Today's game is Tigers and Cardinals. Tomorrow's game will be Padres and Blue Jays, depending on what happens with me and my personal life. Hopefully everything will be fine. But again, if you like baseball, this is the channel for you. Hit that subscribe button. Also for football, we'll be doing a lot of football once August hits, so feel free to be here for that as well. That'll be pretty fun. Not as much stoppage in football. And I definitely know a lot more about NFL and or college and the NFL, or just for the football game in general. So I think that'll be pretty fun. Hopefully I'll see you guys there as I call a bunch of random games for that as well. I already have my NFL Week 1 first game already lined up, Steelers-Jets. Second game is still to be determined. But some good options, though, in the afternoon slate. Saturday for college football, yeah, I have no idea. That'll be, I don't know. I don't think they have the TV times and listings yet. Let's see here while we have the little commercial break. Let's look up some more scores. All right, again, Pirates moving to 50-0 over the Reds. They won 3-1. Cubs Marlins tied 1-1 at the end of 7. Astros down to the Rays 5-4 at the top of the 8th. Brewers up 2-1 over the Orioles in the top of the 8th. The Mariners up 3-1 over the White Sox in the bottom of the 4th. So we're going to bring up Gorman here. Holton is coming in. 3.86 ERA. That's a swing and a miss. Strike one. Gorman is struggling this year. Struggling today. 0 for 2. Just 167 batting average. 546 OPS. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be in there, a called strike. Gorman stares at it, not seemingly liking the call. Here's the 0-2. That's way away for ball one. Walker is on deck for the Cardinals. He's also 0 for 2. Holton sets. Looks at the runner at first. And delivers. That's going to be ripped. That's going to get through the first baseman. So it looks like he's going to chill, or Burleson's going to chill at second. So we got runners on first and second with still just one out. And that's going to bring up Jordan Walker, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. This one was elevated and out of the zone, but he's able to pull it to the right side of the field, get past Torkelson at first. And the Cardinals with 2 runners on, runner in scoring position with just 1 out. And looks like we're having a little mound visit as the catcher here is going to chat with Holton. I guess it's very windy there because the camera work is pretty atrocious. Walker is batting .256 with runners in scoring position. So a little bit better than his regular average of .196. So maybe he's just a little more clutch than you'd think. As the catcher will retreat back to where he's supposed to be, behind home plate. As Holton and Walker will dig in for this big at-bat. Holton sets. Looks back at second and first and delivers. That's in the dirt for ball one. Tigers were seemingly in control of this one, especially heading to the bottom of the 6th. They were up 3-0. Cardinals able to tack on a run. Then they had bases loaded in the top of the 7th, unable to do anything there. The Cardinals now threatening as that one's going to be just in there. Strike one. Checked his swing, but that was in on the outside corner. Strike one. 1-1 count, 1 out. Bottom of the 7th. Runner on first and second. Here's the 1-1. Swung on a miss. Strike two. Fooled him with the changeup. 1-2 count. Holton looks back. And that one is going to be in the dirt, but Walker called time very late. In fact, we saw Walker do that a lot against the Pirates, and that was very frustrating. Very annoying, I'm not going to lie, but we'll let it slide today. Not playing the Pirates. Holton sets. Here's the 1-2. That's in the dirt. The ball gets away, and it looks like the runners are going to each advance 90 feet, so now both runners are in scoring position. So now a hit into the gap would tie this game. I imagine so. As there's runners on second and third, 2-2 count, one out. Doctor, there was a linebacker for the Steelers. I didn't get to watch him except later in his career. I think he left the Steelers in 17. I don't remember his name. There was a. I don't think you're talking about James Harrison. As 2-2 count, Holton trying to find. There was Lawrence Timmons. Timmons was really good. He was there for a while. He went to the Dolphins for last year. Here's the 2-2. Oh, he called out on strike 3 on a ball that seemed pretty low. Looks like it catches the MLB game day, but not according to the strike zone on the TV. So I don't really know which one would be more accurate. Pretty good framing job. Yeah, Lawrence Timmons. Jason Worlds left, I believe, after 2015. He was really good just for a few years, though. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't know which linebacker you're referring to, but there's a few, as that's going to bring up Pozo. Pozo's going to pinch hit for Scott. You have to wonder if that hand is feeling great. Yeah, I don't know which one it would be. I'm sorry, Draven. As we're going to have a mound visit here. Pozo will have to wait, though. Again, mound visit here. The pitching coach for Detroit heading out there for Holton. Yeah, Jason Worlds, Lawrence Timmons, James Harrison all kind of left in that time period. They were pretty solid. I'm trying to think. There probably was someone else, and I just feel bad. Woodley left way early. He went to the Cardinals, Arizona Cardinals, obviously. All right, looks like we're working our way back to action here. As Pozo's going to be pinch hitting here for Scott, batting .348, OPS of .840. He's appeared in 14 games, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. He's a big guy. That's going to be inside ball 1. Big guy, but still athletic. He's actually quite athletic for a big guy. I've seen him run down the first base line in some other games, just hustling. 1-0 count. Holton delivers. Pozo pops it up to center. Baez makes the catch for out number 3. So looks like we're going to head to the top of the 8th, and the score is still Detroit 3, St. Louis 1. Lawrence Timmons. Yeah, he was great. I think he only won 1 ring with us, as he wasn't there in 2005. But did go to 2, obviously. All right, let's see what's going on in the other games around the Major League's going to have a ticker here for you, so you don't ever have to just, what's going on? Well, just wait like it's ESPN Sports Center. I got you covered. As the Pirates, again, moving to 50-0 on the day. Very impressive stuff. The Pirates winning 3-1. Cubs up on the Marlins 2-1. So Cardinals fans probably not a fan of that. The Rays up on the Astros 5-4 in the bottom of the 8th. The Orioles and Brewers are tied 2-2 in the top of the 8th. And the Mariners White Sox. White Sox actually leading over the Mariners 4-3 in the bottom of the 4th. And hopefully you like what you see and hit that subscribe button. I do a bunch of random games. Today's random game is Tigers Cardinals. So hopefully I will see you guys back for whether it's a Tigers or a Cardinals game or just you like baseball in general. Tomorrow, plan on doing the Padres and Blue Jays. I do about 2 to 4 games a week, so once every 2 days for baseball. That seems to be the average. I believe this is my 24th or 25th game, and that's about, halfway through the season so far. And again, I'm a big football fan, so hopefully I'll see you guys there for football. And all fans are welcome. Maybe not Cowboys fans, not going to lie to you guys. As long as you're a reasonable Cowboys fan, I'm sure I can be okay with you. But if you're just talking and yapping in the chat, well, I might be yelling at the camera. That would be clip worthy, I'm sure. Don't want to be the butt of jokes, though, as we're working our way back here to the top of the 8th. Chris Roycroft is going to be making an appearance here. ERA of 5.59. Jose Barrero is going to be replacing Scott, who was pinch hit for in the last at-bat. Here is Torkelson. He is 2 for 2 on the day with the walk, and that's going to be in there for a called strike. 0-1 count from Roycroft. Here's the pitch. Checked his swing. Did not go. Ball 1. 1-1 count. Roycroft sets and delivers. That's in the dirt. Ball 2. Tigers leading 3-1. If you didn't know, well, I got 2 scoreboards up for you, so you're welcome. And if you're still blind, well, I hate to see it. You really do. 2-1 count. Roycroft delivers. Torkelson fouls this one back. Torkelson, again, 2 for 2 on the day, batting .249, OPS of .886 on the year so far. Here's the 2-2. That's inside, ball 3. Count is full to Torkelson. Keith is up on the on-deck circle. He is 0 for 2 with a sac fly. Torkelson in the 7th inning or later has 4 home runs on the year, 15 RBI, so I guess he plays pretty decent in the later half of the game. And that's going to be ball 4 as that ball gets to the backstop. So that's just a flat-out wild pitch, and that's going to put the Tigers on with the base runner here in the top of the 8th with nobody out. And again, Keith will be up. He's 0 for 2 with the sacrifice fly. Tigers leading not only the AL Central, but the AL, and not only that, the MLB with a 32-17 record. Here's the pitch. That's going to be right down the middle, strike 1. The Rays now leading 8-4 over the Astros in the bottom of the 8th. Roycroft sets and delivers. That's going to be outside for a ball. Orioles have taken the lead against the Brewers. They're now up 3-2. Again, Keith had a sacrifice fly in the 2nd to get the scoring started today. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be down for ball 2. Game has really slowed down. I can definitely feel it in my eyes. And the viewer count. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be ripped to right. That's going to get down. I think the runner's going to move to 3rd, so we're probably going to have runners. No, he's actually moving to 2nd, and he's going to get in there with a double. So the Tigers looking to add on to this 3-1 lead here in the top of the 8th. And that's going to bring up Dingler. Dingler is 2 for 3 on the day with an RBI as well. No, just went over the glove of Burleson. Burleson looked pretty upset with himself after that, as the Tigers have scored in the 2nd, 4th, and 6th inning. It's the 8th, so I guess they're due. And a great opportunity for them with runners on 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. And that's going to bring up Dingler, and that's going to be in there for a called strike. Cardinals running out of opportunities if they want to get back in this game, and Roycroft has really got the work here, as that one's going to be ground ball to short. Wynn's going to look back, the runner at 3rd to 3rd, and he's going to throw to 1st for out number 1. So a really good play by Wynn. Great pitch by Roycroft to keep this manageable. And that's going to bring up Sweeney, who is 0 for 2 with the walk. What was that? I was yawning, I think. Or just something was in my throat. I don't know. Runners on second and third. 1 out. And we're going to have a mini mound visit as Herrera is going to chat with Roycroft. So they're going to link up and see what's up. Man, it looks like we're going to have a mound visit actually by the manager. Or maybe pitching coach. No, we're going to have the pitching change here. John King is going to come out here for the Cardinals with 2 runners on in the top of the 8th. So we're going to step away. They will step away. I have to stay here. And again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. If you're a baseball fan, definitely hit that subscribe button as I do random baseball games pretty much all the way till, I would say, the first few weeks of October when Wild Card is going on. After that, I will probably step away for full-time football, which, again, if you're a football fan, boom, right there. Smosh that subscribe button, hit that like button, do whatever you got to do. Terrible accent, I know. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys there in the fall. Hopefully I see you guys throughout the season. As you can see, I'm not doing Pirates right now. Pirates have drained all my joy. So we're going to branch out, as I have done other MLB games before, not just Pirates games. And this is not my first time doing the Cardinals, which I believe the other Cardinals games. See, look here. I did Dodgers, D-backs last night. That was pretty fun. Diamondbacks, Giants. I do have a I shouldn't say friend, but subscriber that's a Diamondbacks fan. He lets me know about it all the time, so I'm more likely to do those games. Mets, for some reason, have been coming up lately. Giants, Padres. This is my first time looking at the Tigers, and I can see why they are doing really well. Again, looking at that, 262 runs. Pitching is not too shabby as well. So, again, a pitching change in effect. So that's why I'm just yapping randomly. But hopefully I earn that subscription. If you think I do a decent job, definitely hit that subscribe button. And, again, don't hesitate to chat, comment, whatever you want to call it. I do read all comments. The advantage of being a small-time guy. So, yeah, there you go. Get your voice out there. So Sweeney is up. He's 0 for 2 with the walk. And here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to center. And looks like that will be caught. But I imagine there's going to be a tag up. And there is. The runner will tag and score. So the Tigers keep that streak up of scoring in the even innings, as they now take a 4-1 lead with scoring in the 2nd, 4th, 6th, and 8th. So that's going to bring up Javier Baez. He is 0 for 2 so far today. Batting .279, OPS of .782. King sets and delivers, and this one's going to be hit to left. That's going to get down. He's running towards the plate. That's cut off. And it looks like the Tigers are going to take a 5-1 lead. I always feel like every time we see a reliever come in with like runners on, it's like they allow the other runners to score to make the other reliever's stats look bad. I swear it happens more often than not. Not saying it's on purpose, but it just seems to happen more than you'd think. All right, Carpenter is going to make way for Gleyber Torres, who I wish the Pirates would have signed, but that would have required them to spend money. He's batting .283, OPS of .800. Look at Torres' stats on the year. Not too shabby. 5 home runs, 24 RBIs. As we're going to have a mound visit here, because he's like, what the heck? We brought you in to not do that, and you literally just did what we didn't want you to do. I imagine that's the conversation happening right now, probably word for word as well. And I will be going live tomorrow. If you're just a baseball fan, just want to hang out, talk, whatever. Tomorrow, Padres, Blue Jays, around the same time. Normally I would be able to do night games, but I do work late tonight, so I won't be able to be on YouTube during that time. Sorry, guys. Runner on first, 2 outs. And in steps in Torres. King delivers. That's going to be inside. Ball 1. 1-0 count to Torres. Looks like he's going to step out real quick. He has a pinch hitter, so he hasn't really had any swings today. Here is the 1-0. That's going to be in there. Called strike. He gets away. He's going to throw to second, but not in time as Baez is able to take advantage and move into scoring position. One and one count to Torres. King sets, looks back at Baez, and delivers. That's going to be in there. A called strike on the outside part of the plate. Probably a little favorable call there. So we are at the 2 hour and 20 minute mark here in this one. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be inside, ball 2. As it stands, the Cardinals will get 2 more opportunities to tie or win this game. The Cardinals have not looked very good on offense today as King sets and delivers. That's outside, ball 3. Badu is, looks like he's on the on-deck circle. I don't know if there's going to be a pinch hitters. It doesn't matter as we're going to have a ground ball to first. He's going to toss it to King for out number 3. And we're going to head to the bottom of the 8th. Your score, Tigers 5, Cardinals 1. All right. Again, what happened today? Pirates winning over the Reds 3-1. Cubs up on the Marlins 2-1 at the top of the 9th. The Rays up over the Astros 8-4 in the bottom of the 8th. Orioles up 3-2 over the Brewers in the top of the 9th. The White Sox, they are up 4-3 over the Mariners in the top of the 6th. This one is just, I feel like it's moving a little slower despite it not being really a high-scoring game. Of course, just a lot of like stoppages of times. The batter or the pitchers are taking their time. Batter stepping out. But again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. This is what I do. I call random games. So thank you for choosing me today. Hopefully I earned that subscription. It's free, by the way. It's not an actual subscription. You say subscribe, but it's not a subscribe. You're not subscribing. I promise. It's free. No bill will be sent to you. And again, if you're a football fan, definitely subscribe as I'll be doing football games once August hits. Preseason, and then college, and then the NFL. So that'll be pretty fun. And don't hesitate to comment or chat in the comment section. Do whatever you want to do. I do read them all because I'm not a popular guy, and that chat's not blowing up all the time, so I have the time to read it. So, yeah, again, the Tigers up 5-1, scoring in the 2nd, 4th, 6th, and 8th innings. So I guess they're allergic to the odd innings for some reason. All the scoring today has actually been the evens. Cardinals scoring 1 in the bottom of the 6th. That's their only run. So we'll see here if the Cardinals can get something going, or it'll look like a pretty easy 9th inning for the Tigers. I do have a pitching change. Bo Brisky is replacing Holton. Brisky, there we go. 6.43 ERA is Brisky's ERA. Whip of 1.64. So if the Cardinals are going to do something, I would say this is the guy that could make that happen for them. As Mason Wynn will be digging in. He's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Brisky delivers, and that's going to be popped up and fouled. Back behind home plate. Oh, and 1 count Tigers using 6 pitchers so far in this one. Just bullpen game, very interesting. Here is the 0-1. That's going to be low for ball 1. But not really going to question their madness, as again they're leading the majors in wins, winning record 32-17. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be a ground ball to short. Sweeney throws to first. Nice snag by Torkelson to get the out for out number 1. And that's going to bring up Donovan, who was 0 for 3 with the strikeout. Batting .324, OPS of .836. Here's the pitch. That's going to be upstairs, ball 1. Side check something out here. Never mind. Not checking it. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to be a checked his swing. So he checked something out, but that's going to be a called strike anyway. It says swinging strike, but that was not what happened. 1-1 count. And that's going to be just inside ball 2. 2-1 count here for Donovan as the Cardinals down to 5 outs now to get 4 runs. Donovan hits it up to the shortstop, who throws to first for out number 2. So now 4 down now, 4 outs away. As that's going to bring up Wilson Contreras. He's 1 for 2, and he was hit by a pitch. He has brought in the only run of the day for the Cardinals. As he'll dig in here, Brieske sets and delivers. That's down for ball 1. Contreras with 6 home runs, 28 RBIs on the year, OPS of .732. Is batting .251, of course. And this one's going to be hit foul. 1-1 count. Again, just a lot of stoppage of play now. I don't know if they're just taking their time, but probably a lot longer than it needs to be. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be popped foul. 1-2 count. And looks like Contreras is going to ask for time. Brieske will set. Contreras awaits the 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swung on a missed. He struck him out. So we head to the top of the 9th. Your score, Tigers 5, Cardinals 1. You're watching me right here on Dr. Delay YouTube. All right, let's see if I can get some MLB scores. Again, I don't know why the MLB app wasn't working. Looks like it's being slow as always. And it's still being slow, so we're going to go back to Google, but I, for some reason, canceled out of Google, whatever. All right, let's see what we got here. Pirates, they won 3-1 over the Reds. The Cubs, they're up 2-1 over the Marlins at the bottom of the 9th. The Rays, they are up over the Astros 8-4 on the top of the 9th. Orioles, 3, Brewers 2 as they head to the bottom of the 9th. White Sox, Mariners, they are tied at 4-4 in the top of the 6th. And the Royals Giants are about to get underway as they are in the top of the 1st, or about to be in the top of the 1st. Again, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. I do appreciate you guys tuning in today. Again, I just call random games, and hopefully you enjoy that type of thing. I'll be doing football later down the road, of course. Trying to do a UFL one this Friday, depending on what happens. And possibly Saturday, too, though that one is, I can't tell you. I really have no idea what I'm doing Saturday. I know I work Saturday night. I just don't know if I work Saturday all day. And I mean all day Saturday. There's that possibility. So Saturday might be out of the question. But yeah, hopefully that's what you like, and you hit that subscribe button. It's free, as looks like King is going to face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Tigers. Badu is going to pinch it for Malloy. As you're seeing some Cardinals fans starting to hit the exits. That is tough and brutal. King delivers, and that's swung on a miss, strike one. Badu is batting 167 on the year. King sets and delivers. Badu sends this to shallow left field. Win is running to make the catch, fighting the sun for out number 1. Nice play there by Mason Wynn. So there's one away here for the Tigers. And that's going to bring up Ibanez. I believe he was the one that was hit by a pitch earlier, if I recall. Then 250 OPS of 715. King delivers, and that's going to be in there for a called strike. 0-1 count. Ibanez batting 250, OPS of 715. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Oh, and 2 count. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs for ball 1. One and 2 count. King sets and delivers. There's going to be a ground ball right back to the pitcher, King. Nice reflexes as he tosses it to first for out number 2. Yeah, I know I need a move. And that's going to bring up Riley Green. He has scored 3 of the 5 runs. He scored the first 3 runs for the Tigers today, as he is 1 for 2 with 2 walks. King delivers, and Green sends this one foul. 0-1 count to Green, who has played really well today. Again, batting 289, OPS of 880. And that's going to be swung and missed on the ball in the dirt. Strike 2. As they show some Cardinals fans that may have been... Anyway, whatever. That was in the dirt, ball 1. That was kind of a random shot. Cameraman definitely knew what he was doing with the lady there in the middle. What in the world? Here is the 1-2. That's going to be chopped foul. One and 2 count here to Green. Here's the 1-2. Swung on a missed. He struck him out. So we head to the bottom of the 9th. Your score, Tigers 5, Cardinals 1. Cardinals needing 4 runs to push this to extras. And I don't know if I see that happening. So possibly for the final time, going to do an MLB roundup here. What's going on across the major leagues? The Pirates, of course, winning today 3-1 over the Reds. The Cubs, they defeat the Marlins 2-1. That one just went final. The Rays up 8-4 of the Astros in the top of the 9th. Orioles, They're leading 3-2 over the Brewers in the bottom of the ninth. And the Mariners, White Sox 4-4 as they head to the bottom of the sixth. Royals up actually over the Giants 1-0 in the top of the first. Again, hopefully I earned that subscription today. It's free, won't cost you a dime. I do a bunch of random baseball games. Today's game is this one. I do work tonight, so I won't be able to call another game. Tomorrow, though, again, I work in the evening. I will try to get a game going on around the same time tomorrow, and it is expected to be Padres and Blue Jays. So if you're just a baseball fan, betting fan, whatever, feel free to check that out. Also, again, I will be doing football in the fall, and that one, I don't know, I just love football. You can check out my UFL past streams. You can see it. I can just have a lot more passion, I'd say. Even if the game's boring, I do love it. I do so much. It's just football is football. But don't fret if you're just strictly baseball. I will be doing baseball all the way through the regular season and probably a little bit of the wild card before I make way for fully football. And then we'll do this again, football all the way to February, do a little bit of college March Madness or do the college tournaments. And then we'll be back here, baseball season next year, of course. So I think it would be a great choice if you subscribe today. And that's going to bring up Herrera, who's 0 for 2 with the walk. Tigers have used 6 pitchers today. And Brieske will stay out there for the bottom of the ninth. Here's the pitch to Herrera. Herrera rips this one foul. 0-1 count. Herrera with a 10-game hitting streak. It's on the line right now. See that batting average at .424. Well, you can't see it, but I can. I don't know why that's cut off. I still have yet to figure that out. Brieske sets and delivers. That's going to be upstairs, ball 1. 1-1 count to Herrera. Brieske sets. Here's the 1-1. Swung on a miss, strike 2. Got him with the changeup. One and 2 count here to Herrera. Here's the pitch. And this one is popped up. And Baez is going to make the catch for out number 1. Herrera likely to not extend that hitting streak as there's already one away here in the bottom of the ninth. And that's going to bring up Burleson, who is 2 for 3 on the day. Batting .294, OPS of .775. Brieske sets and delivers. That's going to be down low, ball 1. 0-1 count to Burleson, the first baseman for the Cardinals, batting .294, OPS of .775. Brieske delivers. That's going to be on the outside corner, strike 1. He does not like that. One and 1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be high for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Burleson as the Cardinals looking like they will fall to 27-23. So here's the 2-1. That's in the dirt, ball 3. The Tigers look to continue their MLB best, 32-17, and they'll move to 33-17. Almost will have double the wins they have losses. Very impressive stuff for Detroit. So congratulations to you Tigers fans. I'm sure you're enjoying this. Here's the 3-1. That one's going to be fouled back. Full count. Brieske sets and delivers. Called strike 3. Burleson was about to walk down to first base, but nothing doing there. So 2 outs here for the Cardinals. That's going to bring up Arenado, who's 0 for 3 with the strikeout, batting .243 OPS of .699. The Cardinals are down to their final out. Brisky sets and delivers. That's going to be inside ball 1. 1-0 count to Arenado as the Cardinals looking like they'll fall today. Cubs, of course, winning, so the gap in the NL Central will rise a little bit. Here's the 1-0, and Arenado hits this foul. That one was hit pretty well. And the Cubs winning. It's going to refresh here. AL Central, Tigers just looking very okay. Just Tigers up 4.5 games. Here's the 1-1. That's in the dirt, ball 2, whereas the Cubs, they will be ahead by 3 games, most likely. Of course, it's still early. It's only May. It's only like week 5 or week 6 if you compare this to an NFL season. Here's the 2-1. Arenado pops it up. This is in foul territory. Torkelson fighting the sun and makes the catch for out number 3. That is the ball game. The Tigers win the series 2-1 as the Tigers win today 5-1. I do thank everyone for watching. I do appreciate you guys so much. Hopefully I earned that subscription. And I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow. You guys have a great rest of your day. Y'all have a good one. Peace.